purse, and it was looking kind of empty. It was looking kind of empty, and I saw a MAGA live with hundreds of viewers, hundreds. And I said, no, I refuse. I refuse to let them spread their misinformation and disinformation to hundreds of people. So, with that being said, we're here. We're here. I'm here. And MAGA, request up, because I would love, love, love to play a game. I would love, love, love to play a game. Guys, if you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. Get in the box. If you are not, if you're friendly, tap the screen. Again, let's go ahead and get the likes up to 8,000 likes. As soon as we get the likes up to 8,000 likes, we will go ahead and open up the panel. But we need the likes up to 8,000 likes. I need you guys to lock in and do the things. So, guys, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but this big shitty bill, it's progressing. It's absolutely progressing. And the interesting thing about like the bill to me, it's the fact that like Trump Republicans, they make the claim that there's issues and they're not going to support it. And then they turn around and support it. They turn around and support it every single time. It's mind blowing how they continue to do that. It's mind blowing. What's going on here? All right. All right. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Hey, QT or QTK, guess what? If you're a Trump supporter and you're yapping in the comments, guess what? You're going to get muted, bud. You're going to get muted. So if you're so worried about letting the quote unquote Democrats talk to themselves, which, you know, it's funny. Democrats don't have a problem with talking to MAGA. Democrats don't have a problem when it comes to having a conversation, debating, chatting, whatever you want to call it, with MAGA. But MAGA, you guys do. Oh, mute these nuts. I hear you, bud. I hear you. Listen, I'll go ahead and do that. And I'll oblige. I'll oblige. You're so cute. You're so cute. Yap from the cheap seats. How about that? How about you yap from the cheap seats? Thank you for the paper crane. It's funny how MAGA, for some reason, they're so bold and so brave in the comments. What's going on, Trigon? They're so brave from the comments, but absolutely afraid, absolutely afraid to get on center stage. I don't know. Anyway, guys, keep tapping the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 50,000 likes. Let's get the shares up as well. Guys, I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's because I do see other people that find like brave Trump supporters. They do. But maybe it's just the fact that I've scared them all off. Right? Is that it? Did I scare all of them? Everyone saw what happened earlier. How many times did they go quiet and then just run? Or how many times did we watch them just completely crash out? Just completely crash out. Like no debate, no points made. They just wanted to come up and cry. You know what, MAGA? I'll make a deal. How about this? For the first Trump supporter to get in the box, for the first person to get in the box, I'll let you talk about your feelings. Well, I feel like he was the better president. Well, I feel like he's going to make America great again. Well, I feel like he's going to lower prices. I feel like he's going to lower my taxes. I feel like he's going to make me rich. I feel. It's okay. Get in the box. I'll let you talk about your feelings. Or I'll let you talk about Biden. But what about Biden? What about Biden? You didn't have a problem when Biden did it. We wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for Biden. I'll let you do it. Oh, Frog. Frog. How are you?
What's up?
Frog, are you a Trump supporter?
Yes, sir.
Frog, it's your lucky day.
Right.
We're going to let you, do you want to talk about your feelings or talk about Biden, or do you want to actually, get into the background?
Background of what?
The backdrop, this stuff up here.
No, I'll talk about Biden.
You want to talk about Biden? Okay, well, let's start here then, at the very least. Frog, do you know who I am?
Not really.
Okay,
I'm pretty new.
Cool. Listen, welcome. New to TikTok or just new period?
TikTok.
Oh, okay. I thought you was like fresh out, Yeah. All right, cool. Well, listen, Frog, would you mind if I give you a quick introduction to not only who I am, but what this is?
Yeah, you can do it.
Perfect. Give me 1 second here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this? Guys, welcome in. This is Sparring with Santana, one-on-one debate with Trump supporters. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you're someone that supports Donald Jimothy Trump, get in the box. If you're not, if you're friendly, do all the wonderful things. Tap the screen, share the live. Let's get the likes up to 50,000 likes. Let's get the shares up to 75 shares. Also, let's knock out this daily gift goal. I'm going to keep resetting the daily gift goal as these little 1-cent goals. If we can knock that out, that will help push us out to the FYP. Frog, we have Frog here. Frog is going to whine about Biden. He's not going to do the background right now. I'm going to let him whine about Biden. What you got, Frog?
Biden's the worst president ever.
Why?
I'm a military man, Army.
Mm-hmm. Well, first and foremost, thank you for your service.
Yeah.
But go ahead and help me understand how.
Afghanistan, man.
That's an interesting
He's
statement.
weak.
Okay. Frog, question for you.
Yes, sir.
When you served, did you serve under Biden?
No, I didn't. I was with Bush.
Okay. All right. So you're a vet in every sense of the word, but you served while Bush was in office. Got it.
Yes, sir.
Senior or junior? Just to confirm.
Junior, man.
Junior? Okay. Perfect. All right. So you said that the pullout of Afghanistan is why Joe Biden is the worst president ever. Hey.
Yes, sir.
Quick question for you, Frog.
Hello. Do you want to play a game?
Frog, can
Sure.
you tell me who was the president that actually established the pullout plan from Afghanistan?
Trump, but it was not during
So wait.
Biden's.
Sure. So
His-
if let me. Okay, cool. Hey, Frog, are you a sports fan?
Yes, sir.
You are. Okay. Do you like football?
Football, but I'm a basketball boy.
Okay. Who's your team?
Indiana Pacers.
The Pacers. Listen, you guys got robbed this year. I was actually pulling for the Pacers.
Yes, sir.
I hate that for Tyler, for Halliburton. But cool. So, question for you. Let's say, right, you're the coach. Who's the coach? Isn't that what's his name? The coach for the Mavs. What's his name?
I have no idea.
I forgot. Yeah. Anyway, let's say the coach of the Pacers, right? He actually draws up a play, right? And matter of fact, he draws up a game plan, a complete game plan for the NBA Finals, right? And his game plan is to double team Shea, SGA, the entire game. So the entire game, you're going to put 2 players on 1 player. And so there's always going to be someone open, right? Rick Carlisle, that's it. Rick Carlisle. So let's say
he's the Indiana Pacers coach, right?
Yeah, that's who we were talking about, Carlisle. But so Rick Carlisle draws up a game plan, and the game plan is for Shea to be double teamed the entire game. And you're going to leave, let's say, Chet Holmgren open the entire game.
What's this got to do with Trump?
Just listen. Hold my hand and walk with me for a second. So
what's this got to do with Trump and Biden?
Sure, just listen. Hold my hand. And walk with me. So Carlisle draws up the game plan, and it's the double team SGA the entire game, right? And the players do it exactly how he drew the game plan up, right? They double team Shea the entire game, and Shea only scores 6 points. But Chet Holmgren, who was left unguarded the entire game, goes off and drops 70. And the Thunder lose the game. Do you blame the players who were in that game that executed the game plan exactly how the coach told them to? Or do you blame the coach for drawing up such a shitty game plan?
I don't see how this is about Biden.
Just simple question.
It's not about Biden or Trump.
But just sure. But what can you just indulge me, if you don't mind? Just indulge me.
Indulge you with what?
With an answer.
Basketball answer?
Sure. So do you blame the players who executed the game plan perfectly, but they still lost? Or do you blame the coach who drew up a bad game plan?
You're trying to say the coach is Trump. He didn't draw up the game plan.
You got the analogy. He did.
Yeah, I understand, but
Donald Trump actually set up the entire infrastructure when it comes to the withdrawal from Afghanistan. He set up the plan. The only thing that Joe Biden was able to do was delay the plan for a short period of time. But as far as the actual plan,
he didn't plan
he did.
A give up to our military.
He literally did. He literally did. You know how I can say he literally did? He literally did, because you know what else he did along with that shitty game plan? He also freed. He did. He also freed. He absolutely did.
It's a different coach.
I hear you.
Your coach.
I hear you. Listen. I know we're past the actual basketball analogy now. You didn't necessarily get it, but whatever. So Donald Trump actually drew up. Sure. No, you didn't get it. Donald Trump drew up the exact game plan, and Joe Biden, the only thing that he was able to do was delay said game plan for a short amount of time. And not only did Donald Trump set Joe Biden up with failure with his game plan, he also released 5,000 Taliban members. 5,000. And not only did he release 5,000 of them, not only did Trump he let go of 5,000 Taliban members, but he also set it up to only leave roughly about 2,000 soldiers. So not only did he release more members of the Taliban, who is the ones that actually, tried to take over.
Fuck about the Taliban.
Dude. So if Donald Trump took the group that is literally in power, the group that took over, the group that took over,
are terrorists.
Yes, exactly. And Donald Trump let 5,000 of them go. 5,000.
No. Biden let
he didn't.
Everybody go.
No, he didn't.
Even Americans.
No, he didn't. And look, frog.
And Afghanistan.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
Frog, you can't get on. You cannot get on Megan Thee Stallion's internet and just lie like that. It is not permissible. Exactly. It is not permissible. Frog. Megan Thee Stallion. Look her up. Anyway, Frog. So your guy, not only created a shitty game plan, but also put 5,000 Taliban members in Afghanistan while setting the parameters to pull so many troops that the actual troops that were left were more than doubled. Somebody, hold on one second. I'm sorry. This is, whoever you are, you're getting blocked. I don't care. You talking about free Tory. Fuck him and fuck you too. Oh, hold on. I didn't mean to mute. Let's block that guy. Can you find who I just blocked? Mute and block them. So, Frog, do you want to explain to me why Trump decided to let 5,000 Taliban members go? Thank you, Kay.
I don't really know about that.
You don't. I know. You don't know anything. You just know. You know about the feelings in your tum. I get it. You got big feelings. That's fine.
In the military, my friend.
I hear you. But that still doesn't negate that you don't actually know what's going on, but you just know the feelings in your tum. So for you to sit here and say that you were in the military, which again, thank you for your service, right? All right. Thank you for your service. But even more than that, for you to be a military man and to stand up here and say that Donald Trump releasing 5,000 Taliban members when they're the group that took over, he bolstered their actual, he gave them 5,000 people that they did not have, gave them 5,000, and then followed that up with giving them a horrible plan. So how can you say that you served your military, yet you voted for someone who not only put your I don't want to say battle buddies, but a fellow soldiers in direct line of harm at the same time while disrespecting you all?
5,000 is probably most likely prisoners. He was giving up for the peace.
He gave 5,000. He released 5,000 terrorists. You got up here. Sure, you got up here and whined about Biden when you literally didn't know the actual. Yeah, the only thing you could say, he was the worst president. Yeah, sure.
Biden gave up $1 billion of our equipment and weapons to Afghanistan. I know
to the Afghani government. Correct. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. They gave up old equipment to the Afghani government. You're absolutely correct. Yeah, no, it was. It was. You know what's funny about the stuff that you say, Frog? You know what the difference is? It's old to us. It's new to them, bud. You know what a hand-me-down is? You ever heard of a hand-me-down?
Yes,
that's something that the United States does frequently. We take our older military equipment and we then pass it off to our allies, which then gives us an opportunity to actually make new equipment and replenish our inventory. They were.
No, they weren't.
We literally gave it to the Afghani government. How long were we in Afghanistan?
They gave it.
How long were we in Afghanistan?
Many years.
And they were allies of ours. We worked with the Afghani government after Bush went in to take over. Sure. The point is, you literally don't know anything that happened, and you voted for someone who absolutely fundamentally goes against everything that you took an oath to.
No.
What did you take an oath to, Frog?
Constitution.
Does Donald Trump believe in the Constitution?
Yes, he has it in his office.
No. Donald Trump has openly and actively said that he's called for the actual elimination of the Constitution. And he's violated the Constitution on multiple times. So, Frog, the thing that you said you took an oath to, Donald Trump does not believe in it.
I don't agree.
You don't think that's disgraceful?
How does he do that? How is it?
How does he do what?
How did he? say he was against the Constitution.
He literally, his words specifically, he said that he wanted to act after the 2020 election. He called for the complete elimination of the Constitution because he thought that the election was stolen from him. So since he thought the election was stolen from him, he said that we don't need the Constitution anymore. Frog?
If it was not stolen, why is he president now?
Because it was not stolen, Frog.
He was stolen.
Sure. What about all the court cases that he lost?
I cannot fucking comprehend.
Frog, what about all the court cases that he lost?
That's Democrats going after him for no reason.
No. I'm not talking about him and his own legal troubles. I'm talking about the court cases that him and his team filed, over 60 court cases, and they lost them because they had no evidence. And even the people representing Donald Trump, which included, damn it, what's his name? Why am I fucking losing names? He used to be the mayor of New York. He got caught on Borat.
The mayor of New York is on his side now.
Sure, yeah, I'm not talking about the current one. I'm talking about Rudy Giuliani. That's what I'm talking about. Rudy Giuliani was a part of his defense team, and they openly admitted that they did not have any evidence to prove that the election was stolen, and they were just filing lawsuits. That's why they lost every single time, and there was no evidence to show that the 2020 election was stolen. So again, Donald Trump specifically went against what you took an oath as a soldier. Thank you for the fest. How is it that you, someone who served our military, which again, thank you for your service, but you were willing to vote for a man who wanted to abolish the Constitution and who said that he wanted to be a dictator on day one? How are you good with that as a former soldier, as a veteran?
He's a tough guy.
But what does that have to do with him? What does that have to do with him? What does that have to do with him trying to eradicate the Constitution and saying that he wants to be a dictator? How do you square that circle, Frog?
He's not eradicating the Constitution.
I didn't say he is. He said he wants to.
No. He's just making that up to make you guys go crazy.
No. You know what the funny thing is, Frog? The funny thing is, you don't believe the stuff that he says. He literally tells you what he wants to do, and he tells you what he's going to do, and you don't believe him. You literally don't believe him.
I do believe him.
Thank you. Oh, so you do believe? So you believe him when he said he wants to get rid of the Constitution?
No, he's not going to get rid of the Constitution.
Well, you just said that you do believe him. So do you or do you not?
He is not getting rid of the Constitution.
Okay, this is what he said. So if he said that, then Frog, how can you be okay with it?
He's not getting rid of the Constitution. He believes that.
Yeah, we're going in circles, Frog. Like literally, you made the claim that Joe Biden was the worst president ever. You didn't actually substantiate that because your claim was because of the pullout in Afghanistan. We understand that the actual pullout of Afghanistan was actually Yeah, it was. And with Donald Trump, with Donald Trump disrespecting troops, releasing terrorists, and at every single turn. Hey, Frog, what did you think about Donald Trump's military parade?
It was not a parade.
It was a parade.
A 250-year-old.
It was a military parade for his birthday. Are you okay with Donald Trump? Are you okay with Donald Trump? Are you okay with Donald Trump?
The Army.
Are you okay with Donald Trump using
the Army?
Sure. Are you okay with Donald Trump using the military as pawns?
No, he's not using them as pawns.
He did. He trotted them out just for shits and giggles, or shiggles as I like to say, because of his ego. Hey, guess
the 250th anniversary.
Hey, who do you think planned the military parade? Frog, who do you think planned the military parade?
It was Trump.
No. No. Actually, the original military parade was planned by one Joseph Robinette Biden, who planned the military parade and had about 300 soldiers. It was supposed to be a celebration of the army, and it was supposed to be a modest and. Are you peeing? All right, frog. Yeah, no. That's wild. That's absolutely wild. I don't know what we're doing here. Guys, W's in the chat for Denise. Denise sent a $5 donation YouTube super chat to say, I appreciate you. I'm a huge fan. Thank you for sharing wisdom with us. Denise, thank you for that YouTube super chat. Tiff loves dogs. Are you a Trump supporter? Tiff love dog. Okay, I'm gonna drop you down. I think you were in the pocket. Also, W's in the chat for I think it's pronounced Aaliyah, who sent a $2 donation to say, just for the sound bite. Why the you lying? I know that's right. Thank you for the $2 YouTube super chat. And also, guys, W's in the chat for Brendan, who became a member over on YouTube. Guys, we have memberships over on YouTube. You get like cool stickers. You get access to the Discord. You get priority messaging when it comes to the chat. All these super cool things. If you want to become a member over on YouTube, do so. Also, W's in the chat for Chris, who sent a $1 donation saying Utah Jazz 2035 NBA champions, Ace Bailey Finals MVP. That'll never happen, Chris. Never. I can't believe you made me fix my mouth to say that. W's in the chat, guys. If you like to support, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, pay links in the bio. Santana Speaks 24. Santana Speaks 24. Best way to support the live. Anything is accepted. Everything's appreciated. If you like to support over on YouTube, you can do so with a YouTube super chat, guys. If you are a Trump supporter, get in the box. If you're someone that supports Donald Jimothy Trump, get in the box. We are looking for some debates. We are only looking for some debates. Do not request up. If you are not a Trump supporter, we are not talking to friendlies. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter. Peter, are you a Trump supporter?
Absolutely. Trump's your daddy.
Okay, I hear you. That's weird, but cool. Hey, Peter, I got a question for you.
What's that?
Hello. Do you want to play a game?
Peter, which one did you vote for? More war, higher prices, less freedom, the love of isms and phobias, or did you just want a king?
I voted for the peace president.
Sure, you absolutely did. The peace president who has dropped more bombs than most presidents in recent U.S. history. The peace president who has already had 2 wars under him. The peace president that said that he was going to end wars within 24 hours that are still happening. How is he the peace president again?
Peace through strength.
Oh, okay. What type of strength is that when he's literally the weakest man walking around, and Bibi Netanyahu literally told him, go F yourself? Well, figuratively, because Donald Trump said, Bibi, don't do it. Don't do it. He said, don't do it. And Bibi Netanyahu still did it. So where's the strength if even the people that are supposed to be our allies don't listen?
He literally just said to Bibi that he has no idea what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah, he did say that, but he told Bibi Netanyahu not to bomb Iran, and Bibi Netanyahu did it anyway. So again, what do you call it when your daddy, weird, does something, he tells someone to don't do something directly and they still do it? Where's the strength in that?
We gotta be aligned with our allies. Yeah,
again, our allies weren't aligned with us. You said that it was peace through strength. You said that he was strong. You said that he was the peace president, but yet he gave a direct order and they told him, go F yourself. Where's the strength? They don't respect him. Hey, did you see the Queen of the Netherlands making fun of Trump in his face?
Well, that's pretty funny considering considering what she looks like.
Okay, what does that have to do with anything? I don't care what she looks like. I'm saying that if he had strength, if he was someone that people respected, there would be no way that other world leaders and their spouses would be making fun of him in his face. His face. The only people that for some reason think that he's the only people that think that he's somehow strong is you, MAGA, you guys are the only one. It's weird. It's weird that you guys, you have like these, you came up, you just called him daddy. You have like these paintings of him in these pictures, and you draw muscles on them, and you put them on tanks with AI imaging, and you have just this entire like picture of him in your head. But then he's tripping upstairs and falling asleep at the Pope's funeral and stuttering all over his words, and people are laughing at his face. But for some reason, you still think that he's a tough guy, while the rest of the world sees him for who he is.
And that's a strong alpha male that's not afraid to negotiate.
What does he negotiate?
These tariffs. Like
which tariffs? Tell me what he negotiated.
He's threatening these tariffs.
Yeah, you said no. First you said negotiated. Now you're saying threaten. I don't want to hear about threats because, idle threats. I would like to hear about the actual negotiation. Maybe I've missed something. What about hey, do you know what just happened with Canada yesterday?
Enlighten me.
Are you peeing, Peter?
No.
Yeah, you are. You guys are fucking weird. What? Why are you guys are weird? I'm convinced that he just heard Frog do that, and that was his way out. That was his way out. He heard Frog do it, and that was his way out. He knew that he was beat, and that was his way out. That's all that was. Guys, tap the screen. Let's go ahead and get the likes up to 100,000 likes. Let's get the shares up as well. Also, can we knock out these little heart fingers, please? We knock out the little heart fingers. Guys, get in the box if you're a Trump supporter. Only request up if you are a Trump supporter. This is Sparring with Santana. One-on-one debates with Trump supporters. Guys, if you are a Trump supporter, be better. Just be better, right? Flat out. Like, legitimately, just be better. Like, I legitimately would love an actual debate. Like an actual Trump supporter who has something to say. I'll play the game. It's loading. I think it's gonna load. He might not load. It might not load. I'm assuming it's not gonna load. Okay. Guys, look up at the top. If you see the word follow up here, that means you're not following me. This is the main account now. Make sure that you hit that follow button. If you do not hit that follow button, you might not see me again. Also, if you are not following me, go ahead and hit the follow button. But if you are following me, go ahead and send your daily heart me. It's only one coin, and it will help push us out to the FYP and hopefully get some more Trump supporters in here so we can get some debates. I legitimately would love an opportunity. I couldn't even fix my mouth to say what I was about to say. I was going to say I would love an opportunity to speak to a smart Trump supporter, but even my mouth said, you a goddamn lie, Santana. My mouth wouldn't even let me get that out correctly. Jeez Louise. Couldn't even get that out correctly. Guys, if you would like to support the live, you can do so. Santana Speaks 24. All the pay links are in the link tree in the bio. Also, if you're over on YouTube and you would like to support, you can send a YouTube super chat. And as a matter of fact, what up, YouTube? What up, Twitch? If you're over on YouTube, make sure you're liking the stream. And go ahead and give me a follow. I show that a lot of people watch, but you guys don't always follow. So hit the follow button over on YouTube. It's free. If you're a Trump supporter, get in the box. I don't understand why I keep running. Let's see here. Gerald, are you a Trump supporter? Gerald, are you a Trump supporter? Yeah, I think I'm in Gerald's pocket. Guys, check your pockets. Make sure that I am not in your pockets. User, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, User, are you a Trump supporter?
I absolutely am not, and I was requesting up when you were like debunking all the stuff these guys
do that.
Especially.
I appreciate you. Listen, hey, I am only looking for Trump supporters. Only looking for Trump supporters. I appreciate you, my friend. But guys, this is not story time with Santana. This is not. I appreciate you. This is not story time with Santana, though. This is sparring. I apologize, my friend. It's okay. Thank you. If you are what are the topics? It's on the background. Are you a Trump supporter, Bat? You know, it's funny. And I don't get this. And I guess this is just kind of like off the topic for a moment. But it's weird how like certain people come into lives and then they'll request up without even looking at the background or not even knowing what the conversation is about. I don't know. Thank you for the octopus. Trump supporters, where are you? Can we get one Trump supporter who's not using the bathroom in the box for a debate? Just one. I mean, you guys got your big, beautiful bill coming through, right? You can talk about that. It's funny. The only Trump supporter that I've legitimately got up here that kind of held a conversation was the one that I offered the ability to actually talk about Biden. They didn't come up because they actually wanted to defend Trump or they disagree with the background. They came up for an opportunity to whine and complain about Biden, and he wasn't even good at that. No, they can't debate. I know. This is sad. It's sad because of how much they yap their mouth. W's in the chat for Tori. Tori just became a member over on YouTube. What up, Tori? Thank you so much. You're awesome. It's funny how they yap, but yet they are absolutely incapable of defending their guy. Mark, are you a Trump supporter?
I am now.
You are now? What do you mean?
Well, I didn't vote for him.
Who'd you vote for?
I voted for Bernie Sanders. There's no way I'm going to vote. What I voted for Bernie Sanders the last three elections, buddy.
Did you now?
Hold
on. Let me make sure I got this clear. So not in 2020, but in this past election in 2024.
I wrote him in. You know what? Tell me when the Democrats actually care about primaries.
All the time.
What primary do we have this time?
We had a primary and no one. Well, there was one person that tried to challenge Joe Biden.
They wouldn't allow it, would they? Just like they're not going to allow
what? Wouldn't allow what?
Allow Crockett.
Hold on.
Allow those people.
Wouldn't allow what?
Ranks.
Are you referring to Kamala Harris?
I'm saying
Mark, just to make sure we're on the same page, are you referring to Kamala Harris?
Referring to what?
Are you saying that they didn't quote unquote allow, because there was a primary, but are you saying that they didn't quote unquote allow a primary when it came to Kamala Harris?
Did you see any Democrat debates?
No.
Why?
Because there was no one to actually debate. I mean, there was a primary. But Joe Biden was the incumbent, but there was someone who tried to actually run against him. It didn't go far.
Honestly, I rooted for Joe Biden, but we saw what he was about. Mm-hmm. He was lost he was lost.
Mm-hmm. And was it Dean Phillips? Oh, it was Dean Phillips.
Yeah, Dean. Yeah. Dean wanted to run.
Yeah. So
but you know
again, help me understand this, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
What did you voting for Bernie Sanders accomplish?
Well, I live in West Virginia, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah,
because
but still, what did it accomplish?
Voted for Trump.
Sure,
but it's a protest vote. Just like a lot of Bernie Sanders people protest votes. They're still mad about
so it's your protest vote. So, Dean, right? Let's talk not only about you, because, you're insignificant in the grand scheme of things. To be fair, I am as well, right? I mean, individual votes in the grand scheme of things aren't that important. But let's talk about the fact that there were so many people that literally decided that they wanted a protest vote, and the margins, especially in those swing states, were so thin that those protest votes helped hand Donald Trump the election.
Of course it did.
Yeah. So your protest vote,
my protest vote didn't do it.
Protest. No, it's still that you're still a part of the problem. You're still a part of the problem. You can you have blood on your hands as well, Mark. You are not Mark. You are not someone that can actually be on any type of high horse, because you decided to actually write in a batshit crazy vote of Bernie Sanders when he was not running and he had no opportunity to actually win. You decided that you were going to play semantics with American politics, and people like you are the reason why Donald Trump is in the office, violating the Constitution and infringing on people's rights, and at the same time sinking our country. You, Mark, you are responsible for Donald Trump.
Yeah, well, thank you. But so tell me, what did you do?
I voted for Kamala Harris.
And
not only did I vote for Kamala Harris, but
are you holding the Democratic Party responsible
every single day?
You do?
Every single day.
Are you going to make sure they have a primary?
Sure. You keep yelling about a primary, but there was a primary option. Most of the time, incumbents don't get primary.
Okay,
do you not understand? How old are you, Mark?
66.
How old are you? 66. Mark, how often do incumbent presidents get primaried?
That's not the question.
How often does Mark? How often do incumbent presidents get primary? Do not play like you don't know this, because you're being intellectually dishonest.
But they knew Biden wasn't able to run.
Who cares? Who cares? Who cares?
I care. See,
you do. You do. But you know what? You know what it is.
Your democracy,
no, Mark. You're holding them to a standard. Because there was a black woman running, you're holding them to a standard that you've never held them. Cool. So did you?
AOC, but you know what?
Sure. Did you protest? Did you protest vote? Did you protest vote when Barack Obama was the incumbent?
I voted for Barack Obama.
Okay, cool. But you didn't protest when Barack Obama was the incumbent.
No, because
and there was no primary.
Sure.
What about Bill Clinton? Did you when Bill Clinton was the president? Did you protest vote because there were
the best president we had for a while.
Sure. So what you're saying is all the other times when there was an incumbent Democratic president, you didn't protest vote, you didn't complain, you just voted. But this time it was different.
But you have to understand, Bernie Sanders ran in 2016.
What does that have to do? What does that have to do with 2024?
Elizabeth Warren,
what does that have to do with 2024, Mark?
Did you agree with Elizabeth Warren?
Mark, what does that have to do with 2024?
It goes back to 2016. Now,
no, your feelings go back to 2016 because you're a Bernie bro.
Do you believe Elizabeth Warren when she said the 2016 primaries were rigged?
Yes. Thank you for the boxing glove.
So how do you feel about that?
I voted for Bernie Sanders. But you know what I also did?
So what happened?
You know what I also did? You know what I also hold on. You know what the difference is between me and you? I voted for Bernie Sanders and he did not win, and I was pissed off about it. But I still voted for Hillary Clinton. I wanted Bernie Sanders. I wanted Bernie Sanders in 20. I wanted Bernie Sanders in 2020. I wanted Bernie. I wanted.
He would have won if he'd have got through the primaries, but they didn't want him they didn't want him.
You know, hold on.
They didn't want him.
Hold on. Stop talking. So, Mark, you voted for Bernie Sanders, so I'm assuming that you are someone that believes in like social safety nets and, you know, progressive type things for the country, right?
We're sure.
Sure. Do you see what just happened? Like literally just now, just happened with the quote unquote big beautiful bill?
Yeah, they're voting on it now.
What just happened?
51-49. It's 51-49.
Just passed key voting.
It passed the procedural hurdle.
Yeah, exactly. So you know what that means, Mark? That means that it's one step closer to millions of Americans losing their health care, millions of Americans losing food assistance, millions of jobs being lost. You voted for that. You voted for all the harm. You voted for all the harm that's getting ready to happen to millions of Americans. Yes, you did.
I didn't vote for that.
You absolutely did.
The Democratic Party voted
you
for that.
absolutely did.
The Democratic Party decided
you and people like you, Mark, decided. People like you decided that it was more important to sit on a high horse than actually do anything and to stop the harm that another Trump administration has caused and would cause. You did.
Listen, how come you didn't hold their feet to the fire then?
Who? Whose feet did I not hold to the fire?
And not ask. You knew Joe Biden couldn't run for another 4 more years.
I absolutely agree, and I was not going to vote for Joe Biden.
So who was you going to vote for?
I was not going to vote for Joe Biden. Joe Biden. No. Because who did I vote for?
You're doing the same.
Who did I vote for? Who did I vote for?
So if
who
you
did I
wasn't
vote
gonna
for?
For Joe Biden.
Who did I vote for?
I don't care who you voted for.
Exactly.
Because the problem is
the problem is you,
not
Mark.
worried about what the Democratic
The problem
Party
is you,
did in
Mark, because you know what the difference is.
4 years later,
you know
and
what the
they did
difference
again
is,
this
Mark.
time.
I understood.
Did you understand?
I understood that Joe Biden actually.
DNC?
I understood that Joe Biden broke his actual agreement with the Democratic Party. Joe Biden said that he was going to be a one-term president, and I voted for him. I held my nose and voted for Joe Biden because he was a better solution than Donald Trump. And I expected him to be the transition president that he said that he was going to be. And Joe Biden got into office and lied and held it up until the last hour.
They stuck him out there in a debate knowing that he was going to fail so the whole country could see it.
And then Joe Biden pulled out.
Everybody knew.
And then Joe Biden pulled out. So help me understand. Were you going to vote for Joe Biden?
Like that? Why
Mark,
did they even debate?
Were you going to vote for Joe Biden?
Would I have voted for Joe Biden?
Were you planning on voting for Joe Biden?
If
yes
Joe
or no?
Biden would have ran the whole race all the way through, I would have voted for Joe Biden. But
there we go. There it is. I knew it. You're a fucking hypocrite. You're a hypocrite.
No, I'm not.
You're a fucking
what
hypocrite.
happened was-
You're a hypocrite, Mark.
They threw
you
Joe
just
Biden
outed
out.
yourself. You
Now,
outed
let me ask you a
yourself.
question.
Mark,
Yes or no?
you outed
that.
yourself.
Yes or no?
It's not a problem that you didn't think. No, hold on. No, because you're going to be quiet now. No, you're going to be quiet now. Because you said the reason why you voted for Bernie Sanders is because they did not have a primary. That was what you said. But then at the same time, you said that if Joe Biden would have actually been on the ticket, you were going to vote for him. So it wasn't about the primary, Mark. It wasn't about the primary. You lied. Now say it with your chest, Mark. Why did you not vote for the black woman?
Listen, you need to understand. You just already said if Joe Biden was the incumbent, he would have been on the ticket. There would have been no primary, right?
Mark, you just said, what does that matter? No, you can't use that logic. No, Mark, you're being disingenuous again because you literally just pushed back. Mark, you literally just pushed back and said the reason why, Mark, you are being disingenuous. You're being disingenuous. Don't be that. You literally just told me it did not matter that it's precedence as far as incumbents not having a primary. You said you didn't care. And then you contradicted. You know what's funny? Sure. You know what's funny? You literally just said. You literally just said. Then you followed that up by saying that you voted for Barack Obama and Bill Clinton with no primaries. And then you followed up by saying that if Joe Biden would have still been on the ticket with no primary, you would have voted for him. So, Mark, you didn't give a shit about the primary. You're lying. Just say it with your whole chest, Mark. Say it with your whole chest. Don't come up here and lie. Stop lying. Stop lying. Tell the truth.
You're the one's lying.
Tell the truth.
I'm telling you the truth.
Tell the truth.
Okay. Did anybody run against Bill Clinton?
You know what it is. Look, this is what happened. Yeah, I muted you. If you won't say the truth, I'll tell you the truth. I'll tell you the truth. Mark, you had an inner monologue, and it's okay. Hold on. I need you to hear this. I need you to hear this.
You're talking.
I need you. I need you to. I need you to hear this.
Make money.
Sure,
I know
I
you're
am.
trying to make money.
Sure, I am. I need you to hear this.
But why?
You had an inner monologue, and it's okay. It's okay. You could just admit it. You saw a black woman running for president, and the only thing that you could say was,
"Hey, I wouldn't say that."
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was a fucking bitch. I got it. Yeah, I was a bitch. About right. I was a bitch. All right. I was fucking scared.
You were a scared bitch because you knew that this black woman would continue to make you feel inferior. That's why you held some type of standard that you have never held before, and you immediately just admitted that you did not hold that standard for the old white man. Give it up.
Listen,
give it up.
I didn't vote for Hillary Clinton.
Exactly. So you're a misogynist.
I wrote
there.
Bernie Sanders.
We get it. You're a misogynist. Women scare you. That's what it is.
2020, I didn't vote for Joe Biden. I wrote in Bernie Sanders.
I hear you.
Okay. It's
what, Mark?
because in 2016, 2020, in 2024, what kind of primaries have we had?
Sure, I hear
2016,
you. Hey, Mark.
They called it rigged.
I hear you. Mark, I have one.
Let me talk.
I'll let you talk. I promise you, Mark. Mark, I will let you talk. I will let you talk. I will let you talk. If you can, just one last question. I promise you, I won't say anything else. I will let you talk. I promise. Okay? One last question. Would you like to see a magic trick?
Are you going to make me disappear? Asshole.
All you had to do was say it with your chest and we could have actually had a conversation, but you didn't want to actually say it with your chest. If you're not going to say it out loud, I have no respect for you. Mark, you are a lying piece of shit. There was no... Mark, if you would have just admitted that you didn't want to vote for a woman, you and I could have actually had a conversation. That's all you had to do. But you contradicted yourself multiple times. You went back and forth and gave up the goods. Your reason for voting did not hold up. It didn't. You're a lying piece of shit. All you had to do is tell the truth. And we could have actually continued to talk. But the fact that you have such a fragile ego, you couldn't even admit the truth. I'll tell you what, the most fragile thing on earth is the male ego. Tell you what, the most fragile thing on earth is the male ego. Likes up to 150,000 likes. Let's get the likes up to 150,000 likes. Also, guys, if you would like to support, you can do so. Pay links are in the bio. If you're over on YouTube and you would like to support, you can definitely do so with a YouTube super chat. If we can knock out this gift goal, it's the little roses. It's the roses. Can we knock those out? Can we knock those out? Why do you wear a red hat? Red's my favorite color, Mark. Next question. Why are you a bitch? Why are you a lying bitch, Mark? Why are you actually a lying... I'm not going to say it again. Not going to say it again. Trump supporters, get in the box. Trump supporters, get in the box. If you are a Trump supporter and you would like to play a game, get in the box. Get in the box. I think we got him beat. I think we got him beat. I've talked to so many Trump supporters today, and none of them have been good. And not only have none of them been good, but none of them have even been serviceable. They've been inadequate. Guys, if you look up at the top and you see the word follow, if you see the word follow, go ahead and hit the follow button. That's me. That means that you're not following me. This is the main account now. Go ahead and make sure that you are actually following me. This is the main account. We want to make sure that you always get an opportunity to follow and watch whenever I go live. And also, guys, hey, set the notification so you get the notification when I go live and you can see that. Frog, welcome back. Are you done? That was gross. Why would you be on live?
Mean? Tell you the truth, I've been drinking a bit.
Oh, I hadn't. Frog, I could not tell. You covered it up so well, friend. So are you really ready to tell me why you voted for Trump? Did you vote for Trump? How many times have you voted for Trump?
Every time.
So it wasn't about the Afghani pullout.
It was this year.
You use it as cover.
No.
You were going to vote for him regardless. If you voted for him 3 times, you were going to vote for him regardless.
Yeah, 3 times.
Yeah, exactly. It was a badge of honor for you, Frog. It's sunken calls.
Do what?
Sunken calls. Do you know what that is? Don't worry about it, Frog.
I'm going to let you know.
What do you want to let me know?
The first time I ever voted was for Obama.
Sure, that's what they always say. They literally always say that. It's always Obama.
I want to let you know, because of my gay uncle who wanted to vote for McCain.
What does that have to do with anything? Why did you feel the need to tell me that your uncle was gay? Why didn't you just say your uncle?
He wanted to vote for a Republican.
Okay, but why did you just, I'm like, what was the point of it? Why not just say your uncle?
This is my uncle.
Yeah, but why did you have to let me know like his sexual preference? That made no sense. That's weird.
Because the majority of the gays and LGBTQ
gay people
nowadays
and don't even try. Frog, please remember. Frog, please remember you've been drinking. Keep that in mind, okay?
Yeah.
Let's pump your brakes on trying to tokenize marginalized groups. No need to do that.
I'm not.
You are. You were trying to use your uncle, who's a part of the queer community, as a token, and it didn't work. Don't do that.
It did work.
It didn't. It didn't. I'm literally telling you that. Sure.
McCain.
I'm literally sitting here telling you. I'm telling you that his sexual orientation, his sexual orientation has nothing to do with his vote. That's weird. Stop being weird, Frog. That's your second time.
Majority of LGBTQ votes.
Frog, again, please remember that you've been drinking. Those letters are not even in the right order or the right thing that Frog, stop. Frog.
I don't care about the order.
Yeah, I know, Frog, but like what are you even doing? W's in the chat for Lori. Lori sent a $3 donation saying, thank you for being a safe space and educating us. Thank you so much for that $3 donation, Lori. You are absolutely amazing. Guys, if you would like to support, you can do so. Pay links are in the bio. Santana Speaks 24, best way to actually support the live. And you can also send a YouTube super chat. Frog, what has Donald Trump done since being back in office to make your life better? That's a damning non-answer. Frog, are you still there? Did Frog put the phone down and walk away? What are we doing? Mark, why are you back in the request? Okay, wait, hold on. Mark, do you want to tell the truth and we can talk?
Oh, your people muted.
Yeah, I know what they did. Do you want to tell the truth and we can talk?
Tell you the truth, what?
You tell the truth that you didn't want to vote for the woman.
That had nothing to do with being a woman.
It literally did. You just said you didn't vote for Hillary and you didn't vote. Did you vote for?
I told you.
Did you vote for? Yeah. So you didn't vote for Joe Biden?
Santana, I don't think you're listening to me.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, I'm upset with the DNC.
I hear you. Did you vote for Joe Biden in 2020?
You don't care.
Mark, answer the question.
There's millions
Mark,
of people
answer the question. Did you vote for Joe Biden in 2020?
Did I vote for Joe Biden? No, I didn't.
Okay. So are you willing to admit that the reason why you said that you voted for Bernie Sanders at the very least is not the actual reason, because you've contradicted yourself?
No, you're not listening to what I said. In 2016, they even had a debate night on CNN saying that the DNC was rigged. Did you remember that?
Yeah, I hear you. Give me a second here. Bad, I'm going to send you a request to come off mute.
Did you?
Bad, hold on a second. Bad, are you a Trump supporter?
Yeah.
You
I'm
are?
a Trump supporter. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hey, Mark. Fuck off. Sorry about that, Bad. Bad, I got a question for you.
Yeah. What's up?
Hello. Do you want to play a game?
Bad, which one did you vote for? More wars, higher prices, less freedom, the love of isms and phobias, or did you just want a king?
Well, I just had like one thing. You were talking about what has he done for, us. And
well, that was the specific question for him. I got a different one for you. What has he done to benefit the average American since coming back into office?
I really like the no tax on overtime.
Yeah, that doesn't benefit average Americans.
Yeah, actually it does.
It doesn't, because there's not only is it a tax credit, but there's a cap on it, and it also expires in 2 years. So
Would you like to tell me what the cap is?
You can't make more than $25,000. I think I would have to look up the exact number. It's somewhere.
That's a lie. It's $50,000 for single individuals and $65,000 for married filed.
Sure. Go ahead and give me. Go ahead and give me the
filed jointly.
Sure. Where's that at? I'm pretty sure.
I'm looking at PG or pgpf.org right now.
You're looking at what?
pgpf.org.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you just look through there, you'll see like how it works. It is a tax write-off, of course, so it's not going to be like employers aren't going to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, at the end of the year, if you are married filed jointly, it's about, I think it's around 65,000. But I was looking at it earlier. I just pulled it up. But
sure, give me one second. Give me 1 second, because I want to get this exact number, because
Parker and Dean both have been spreading misinformation. Like,
sure, I don't understand what Parker and Dean has to do with this conversation.
Literally, this is in the bill, dude. Like,
sure. Again, I'm looking it up. Just give me a second.
And so,
sure, just hey, Pat, 1 second.
Yeah. Well, while you're looking up, I just like to say, this is going to be
just
crazy beneficial.
I hear you. I don't want to move off this point. Like, I get hyper fixated on one thing, and then when you keep talking, then I'll start to move on, and I refuse to move on. So I just want you to hold tight for me just a second. I don't have hold music anymore. I fucked that up on my soundboard, but just give me a second. Let's see here. Tax-free tip act. Let's see here. Exempting the first 20,000. Tax-free tax. Hold on. Yeah. So you're looking at the breakdown where?
Well, I was on the site, but I kind of clicked off of it. I'm already like looking at something else.
Okay, then just go back. It's all good, because I'm looking at the actual bill, right?
Okay.
I'm looking at the bill, and then because this is S1046. And then I'm also referencing the addition, the HR 8518, which is the additional foundation for the billing, right? Which is the responsibility of federal contracting, which this is where they drove the actual information from, and I'm not seeing 50,000. So
really,
yeah, help me find that. Where do you see that?
The original proposal by Trump was supposed to be 50,000 for a single.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the original one. I'm talking about what they actually put in this bill.
Yeah, they must have.
Because what I'm looking at right here, and again, specifically looking at the bill, and it's on house.gov where it's listed, but the specific.
Okay, let me look at that.
Yeah, so it's let me give you the specific. It's no tax on tip. I'm sorry, no tax on overtime Act of 2025.
S.1046. House.gov. Let's see this. HR?
No, S1046.
Oh man. Oh wait, I see that. Let's see.
It's gone through different committees. There's related bills, and it says reference the HR 405, Keep Every Penny Act of 2025. Yeah, so I'm tell me again where you got that number from, because I have not seen that 50,000 anywhere. Like everything that I found is it's actually says the proposal is exemption on the first 20,000 in tips, and then let's see here. But for possible, not all, possible employees, there could be an additional 10,000.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm not. Hold on. Let's see here. $10,000. That's what you said.
No, I said it could be an additional 10,000 depending on the. And this is just a proposal. This isn't the actual. This isn't the actual listing, but there's a possible proposal. Let's see here. Cap tax deduction, 25,000 per year. House version, big beautiful bill. Yeah. I would love to find out where that 50,000 is, because there's been nothing that I found that says anything about 50,000.
50,000. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on.
Where'd you find the 50,000 again?
I was on a website. It was I really can't remember actually. So I'm not like super into politics, but I am a Trump supporter, and I do think that I seen it earlier.
Hey, wait, are you still on your computer?
Yeah.
What type of browser are you using?
Brave browser.
Brave?
Yeah. Have you ever heard of it?
What the fuck is Brave?
You never heard of that?
That's a new one.
Really?
I've heard of DuckDuckGo. You use Brave?
Yeah.
Is that a Trump browser?
No. It actually, well, I'm not sure if it came with my computer. I think I actually downloaded the browser, but it actually has like a crypto plugin. It's pretty cool. Like I can like surf the web, and I actually earn crypto rewards just surfing the web. You should check it out. I mean, it's actually really good.
Okay. All right. Cool. So do you know how to check your how to check your browser history?
Well, I'm on incognito mode, so it doesn't have any history. It's kind of different. So I'm well, the thing is I was looking up earlier and I saw a video as well.
That seems kind of suspicious, friend. That you clicked off of it, you can't find it, and you're incognito, so you can't go back in your history. I kind of wanna.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop fucking lying.
Come on, Bad.
Okay, wait. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, cool. Give it to me.
And I just typed it in, and you know, like how the regular Google, it usually says it has like an AI thing. So I just did it real quickly. Sure. It says deduction amount. It says the House version proposes no cap on the deduction, while the Senate version sets a limit of $12,500 for all other filers and $25,000 for married couples filing. So let's see here. It looks like they were trying to increase the amount that you can make a year, and I just can't find. Yeah, I can't find the original. I can't find the original amounts. So it's quite a bit, actually. This one says 150,000. So I don't know if that's true. There's no way it's 150,000. I saw something earlier this week that was 50,000 for single and 65,000 for married fight. Your face, bro. Like, why are you looking at me like that?
Because come on now.
Why are you looking at me like that right now?
Come on now. Don't make me play the song again.
Okay, but listen, Santana, listen. This is like no overtime on no.
Like,
no
I get it.
No.
So I'm not saying it's not a good thing, right? But the thing is that it's not going to be overwhelmingly beneficial to average Americans, because average Americans are going to make over that amount. And then even more than that, I mean, like, they're putting a actual limit on how long it lasts. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah.
I mean that's
so that amount is actually talking about the overtime amount that 12,000.
Yeah, they're putting a cap on not only tips but overtime as far as the
I mean,
amount.
It's still
and
something.
It's not permanent. It is. Like I'm not downplaying that. That's not what I'm saying.
Dude,
I'm just saying.
Okay, wait, hold on. Let me give you a scenario here. You have a stay-at-home mother and a man who works a factory job, 60 hours a week. 60 hours a week, maybe even oil field. Who knows? Just bear with me.
W's in the chat for Chris. Chris sent me a $1 donation for being cute. Thank you. I appreciate it. Listen, I try.
That right there is life-changing to me.
So, I mean, and again, I'm not pushing back on the need for it because I actually agree with it. Right? I agree with it in the sense that like there's a need for it. But you know what's funny about what you're saying, right? What? Have you ever heard of Project 2025?
Well, yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
You know what was literally part of Project 2025?
What?
No tax on tip, no tax on overtime, with the actual shifting of reducing the work hour and giving employers the ability to make sure you never work over 40 hours. Like they have a plan to make sure that you don't work over 40 hours, so you'll never see that no tax on overtime. Like that. Well, and you do understand that like 40% of Project 2025 has already been implemented, and we're only 6 months into his presidency.
Well, Trump denounced Project 2025. He said that he has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, he absolutely denounced it, and then literally hired people who wrote Project 2025 into his administration. And like I said, they've already enacted 40% of Project 2025. They've already did 40% of what they said they were going to do in Project 2025.
Sounds like
does it matter? Does it matter what? No, it's not a conspiracy theory. I'm telling you that literally, they put his name in Project. Thank you so much for the flowers. In Project 2025, over 300 some odd times. They then put JD Vance up as Donald Trump's vice president. And then when getting into office, Donald Trump took people that wrote Project 2025, wrote it, not people who endorsed it, but actually wrote Project 2025 and then put them in key positions throughout the government. And then they went to enacting the stuff that was in Project 2025. If I would have said, oh, they've done a couple of things, okay, that's a conspiracy theory. They've done 40% of what they said they were going to do in Project 2025. How is that a conspiracy? That sounds like a plan that they're actually running to success when he's only been in office. It hasn't even been in office yet for half a year, and they've already got 40% of what they said they wanted to do done.
Okay. Well, so other than that, I would like to like pique your interest.
Sure.
Like you're a Democrat, is that right?
I'm a leftist.
Would I be a leftist?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't, the Democratic Party, I put up with them, but I don't really fuck with them,
Okay, so I am 28 years old, and I work oil field job. I work a lot of hours. I actually happen to be off for a week, but in another week I'm gonna be off. I'm gonna be working for about, I want to say, 3 to 4 weeks. Give me a
Laney,
second.
thank you for the sub.
Hello, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. So basically, what I'm trying to get at is, I kind of like the right's point of view on a lot of topics concerning like reform and the let's say government assistance programs like SNAP benefits, because recently, well, I'm from Oklahoma. I don't know if you're familiar with the law that we just passed. No energy drinks. One? Yeah, there's going to be no energy drinks and no candy and no soda on SNAP benefits. It is a law now.
I'm good with that. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry, Bad. I just noticed something. Give me 1 second. Guys, we're in a subwave. Apparently, we're in a subwave. We only need 3 more subscribers to close out our subwave. So if you're not a subscriber, go ahead and grab a subscription. You get access to an amazing Discord, a bunch of great people, a lot of resources, but you also get access to a bunch of really cool emotes. Guys, can we drop some emotes in the chat? Some of the stickers. But then you also get a couple of really cool things. Everyone knows about the Fast Pass that you get with Late Nights with Santana, where you actually get priority to come up and join the panel. But 2 new cool features. One is called Tag Me In, where if I'm up here debating and you are a subscriber and you actually want to join the debate that I'm having, then all you got to do is go into Discord, drop the fact that you want to tag in, and you get to come up for 5 minutes and help me debate these Trump supporters. And also, you get what's called My Question when I'm having brunch with my creators. You get priority as far as getting up and being able to ask your favorite creator your question. So if you are not a subscriber, you used to be a subscriber, go ahead and grab a subscription. Go ahead and grab a subscription. W's, we only Trigun. W's in the chat for Trigun. We only need 2 more. 2 more. All right. I apologize.
Oh, it's okay. I completely support all that. And by the way, just for clarification, I am a independent, and I have voted Democrat.
Mm-hmm.
What I was getting at is I do feel like I've seen the worst living in Oklahoma. I don't know if you're familiar with the state, but there's a lot of fraud here, you know, as far as food stamps goes. Like you'll have like a mother with her boyfriend who works, and she'll say that she's single, and he'll just claim that his address is at his mama's house or whatever. And she'll get the full benefit of the food stamps, $800, you know, tax free, and you know, she's benefiting fully off the government, buying groceries, and he's working and she's working and all that. And I just feel like, you know, as a person who, just my check alone, you know, I have a girlfriend, she works a little part-time job, but my check alone, I don't apply. Like, I don't qualify for even $1 of government assistance.
So let me hit you with a thought process of something real quick.
I completely support like modifications of this SNAP benefit thing.
Exactly.
No candy, no soda.
But bad. See, like this is where like the discrepancy is. Why not address the actual issues instead of punishing people that actually need it? Because that's exactly what's happening. They're punishing the people that need it, right? Like they're targeting people who need these different social safety nets. And I'm not someone here sitting saying that, oh, you know, people that are abusing the system should have access to this. No, I'm saying that there are people that are going to be harmed by these repeals, and they're actual people that need it. Yeah, I agree that, you know, what was funny? People think for some reason that like the left wing or you know, like Democrats or whatever hated Doge, and that's not true, because a lot of us agree that any type of waste, fraud, or abuse like should be eliminated.
Yeah.
But we also believe in transparency, and we believe in truth. And if you're gonna lie to us and tell us that you're cutting waste, fraud, and abuse and never go to the actual military budget, then there's no way that you're doing that. And so when you talk about like eliminating Medicaid, when you talk about taking away food assistance, like people need foods. I mean, if you say, okay, we're going to put in some type of reform where you can't just get junk food, or like you gotta get healthier food, I understand. But then you also have to take a look at like food deserts and food swamps, right? I mean, you have to address those type of things as well. You can't just say, oh, we're going to eliminate your ability to use the SNAP benefits to get this, and this. But yet at the same time, there's areas across the country where you can't even get fresh fruit. Like that's a bad, like what are you supposed to do then?
Well, it wouldn't be fresh fruit. I don't know if Stitt has or not Stitt, but you know, I don't know if Oklahoma has passed the bill yet or not, but I believe that it's very close.
Yeah. One more thing about Oklahoma, because you just said it.
Political. I'm not
like,
super political,
like
but
who runs Oklahoma?
Well, the Republicans.
When was the last time that you guys had Democrats in charge? Think about that one, friend. Like, if you don't like the state of your state, then look at the people that's in power. And if you guys keep voting for the same thing, you're not going to get anything different.
Well, we won the
Chelsea,
playoffs,
thank you for the
so.
sub. Say it again.
Well, that was just we won the playoffs, But yeah, that's just a joke, by the way. But yeah, we did
I
win the
hear you.
NBA playoffs.
But what I'm saying,
on a serious note,
I'm gonna land it here because, see, this is the thing that a lot of people think, and even when like I do these debates, right? It depends on the type of person, how the conversation goes. Because I feel like you and I've had a decent conversation, but I would like to challenge your school of thought. Right.
Okay. Yeah,
because I mean, you're someone who is, I mean, you work in the oil fields, right?
Yeah.
Like you are a hard-working American. You are literally the person that our politicians supposed to actually work for, and they're not. They're literally not. They're giving out tax cuts to billionaires. They're cutting social safety nets. They're polluting the environment, and then at the same time, they're telling people like you, well, the reason why things are so bad is because there's a bunch of brown people in the country. The reason why that things are so bad is because people have to have government assistance. They're literally putting us against each other while doing everything to benefit the people that put money in their pockets.
Can I stop right there for a second?
Sure.
Just to pique your mind. I don't know if you can tell by the way I speak, but I am from Oklahoma and I'm mixed. I'm black and white.
You're biracial?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the thing about the Democratic side is I don't really appreciate the way that you guys speak about blackness and stuff.
And what do you mean?
I came from a very poor family. We had food stamps, man. We had to boil water sometimes.
Me too.
We ran on a generator, man.
Me too. I literally had, I lived in a home where we had to heat our home with a kerosene heater. We had to buy kerosene in the summer. I'm not in the summer, in the winter, in order to stay warm. And then I used to go to school in elementary school with my clothes smelling like kerosene. That was so embarrassing. Right. That's how I was. My mom would put potpourri inside of like a boiling pot of water to try to freshen it up, the smell. So you're not saying anything. I don't know.
I came from nothing, man.
Same here.
And I got to tell you, I make just below $100,000 a year, and which is in Oklahoma, which is very damn low. I got to admit, my house isn't the best, but it's fine. It's great. I barely get to see it.
Okay.
My girlfriend, she's there most of the time, with our two kids.
Yeah.
And I got to say, man, like, as a Black American, I feel like, I wouldn't say like I'm a patriot, or whatever, but I feel like I came from nothing. I did it. And I am proof that all Black people can do the same thing. There is nothing really stopping us.
That's not true.
But it is true. It is true.
It's not. You listen. Did you hear? Did you hear what I just said to you? Like, you and I came from the same social economic status, right? I came from the same thing, and I am the first generation person in my family to go to college, and I graduated with multiple college degrees, and I have a pretty successful life, but I understand that I'm not the standard, right? I mean, I have multiple hurdles that could have stopped me at any point. And when you look at a country that is literally built with systemic racism that in every single way, shape, and form set Black people up for failure and marginalized people up for failure, like when they don't succeed, it's not an anomaly. It's what's supposed to happen. When you and I succeed, we're beating the system. We're not supposed to beat the system.
I agree that we're beating the system, but I feel like me as a Black person, and I gotta admit, I'm pretty dark for a mixed person. I don't know.
Biracial friend, you're not a puppy. Don't call yourself mixed. That's weird.
I just feel like I don't know. Maybe it's different from where you're from, but in Oklahoma, I have never felt discriminated against or anything.
That's fine.
Not one time.
You might not have felt that, friend, but like the thing is, just because you don't see it or feel it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. Like let me give you another, and this is anecdotal, but I'll give you this story. And I've told the story a million times, right? So in 2010, I was going in for surgery. right? And the surgery was supposed to be laparoscopic. You know what that is?
No, not really.
So that means that they were supposed to do small incisions, and in order to do the surgery, and it's supposed to be minimal scarring, right?
Okay.
And so I got the surgery done in South Carolina by an old white Southern doctor. I went in, and I went under, and then when I woke up, I had an incision from the bottom of my chest all the way down to my navel. They literally cut me wide open. And so then when talking to the surgeon, he said, well, we went in to do it laparoscopic and realized that your skin was too thick, so we had to cut you open. And I said, oh, okay, well, got to do what you got to do. I understand. And then I found out that there's no such thing as your skin is too thick, right? It literally is medical racism, right? It's an old myth that has been passed down through different generations of medical history, where they said that black people's skin is thicker than everyone else's skin. And also they talked about black people had less nerve endings, so they felt less pain. And they still use that as justification when it comes to black people in the healthcare system today, where they are less willing to give pain medications to black people because they think they're lying about their pain levels. There's also specific medical equipment that don't pick up, I can't remember what it's called, but don't pick up the correct amount of oxygen that we have in our system because our skin is darker. And so it causes multiple issues. So just because you don't see it, or pulse oximeter, but just because you don't see it or you don't think it exists doesn't mean that it's not real. It's not still happening. And literally, you could have been a victim of that form of racism and not even known it. Thank you for the money, man.
Yeah.
Because I know I was.
I would like to say, I'm not like diminishing your experience, or
no, it's fine because it's anecdotal.
Like, I'm not denying that racism exists.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
No, I get it.
And I know my experience isn't the standard. I understand that.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people in chat saying, "Oh, you're not the example," and stuff like that. Like, I get that. Like, I understand.
Yeah, I mean, you and I, and I've said it a million times, we're anomalies. Like, I mean, for us to make it, it's not supposed to happen.
Yeah. Well,
but that's why I am the way that I am, right? Like, legitimately, I'm empathetic to people because that's where I came from. And I'll get personal, and I never really get personal. Like, I still have family that's in that situation today.
Yeah.
And so I'm empathetic. Like, I would literally, I don't care how much you raise my taxes. If we can give everyone universal health care, I will pay whatever I have to pay in order to let everyone have access to health care. Like, I mean that.
Yeah, I agree with healthcare. Yeah. Universal healthcare. Yeah, that's a good one.
But the whole point that I'm just trying to say is not everyone, like, there's different circumstances. I mean, like, you can talk about educational racism, the fact that standardized testing is specifically the way that it's structured is not set up for black people to actually be able to succeed. You can talk about, the admissions rates. You could there's a lot of it, but the point that I'm trying to make is that not everyone can, quote unquote, grab those bootstraps. That's not how this country was created. That's not what this country is here for. And so we have to help each other. We literally have to pull each other up every opportunity we get, because the system is not made for people to succeed. The system is definitely not made for marginalized people to succeed, but it's not made for normal people like you and I to succeed, period.
I agree. So, like, I liked how you mentioned universal healthcare, because it kind of takes me back to the food stamp thing. It's like, I pay a lot of taxes. A lot.
Thank you for the shade.
It is insane. Because obviously, you work for yourself, so you're in a different tax deduction probably. But I work for an employer, so
you too.
My federal taxes.
Wait, what do you think my job is? You think I work on TikTok?
Well, yeah, I figured this is your job, right?
This isn't my job.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, I'm just saying, like,
I'm damn near out here doing this for the love of the game.
Okay. Oh, well,
I mean, great. Like, legitimately.
I figured you were like Parker, getting $50.
No, like, I mean, I do get donations. W's in the chat for Joshua, who sent a $20 donation, and this guy is unbearably cringe. Please kick him. But on a real note, to you, Rock, thank you for what you're doing. Listen, Joshua, thank you so much for the $20 donation. I mean, people do send donations, and I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't make money from what I do. But like for the amount of time, energy, effort, equipment, like everything that I do, it's not equivalent to like a normal job. But no, I have a normal job. I have an everyday job.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. So like I was thinking, like my idea was, I don't apply, I don't qualify for like food assistance. I'm not asking for a handout, but it would be nice to get like a kickback,
But then, why are you
like
voting for people that
helping-
won't do it for you?
Well, like for helping people get food,
Yeah, but
that would be
why?
nice.
Why won't you vote for the people that are advocating for it?
Well, like I said, I'm an independent. I have voted Democrat before, and I didn't really like the choice that, like the last guest. It's not because she was a black woman, because I'm black. Like I'm half black. I would have voted for her, but it was just kind of like the timing and how they just switched up.
Yeah, but I mean, you understand what that was about, right? Like that's something that legitimately makes me mad when people say that, because like Joe Biden broke his contract with the Democratic Party. Joe Biden told us that he was going to be a one-term president. He said that he was going to be a transitional president. That's what he said for us before we voted for him. And then he then got in office, then got in power and said, "Oh, I'm actually not done. And I'm going to run again." And then after understanding that not only did he have declining health, and he was someone who was going to be the oldest president to be sworn into office again, like literally, he waited too long and got out at the last minute and gave not just Kamala Harris, but anyone 107 days to run for office when Donald Trump had been running for almost like 9 years. So Joe Biden broke the contract with the Democratic Party, put everyone in a bad position, and then left Kamala Harris holding the bag. And when I say holding the bag, I mean literally. Kamala Harris, Joe Biden had announced that he was going to run again, and they had started campaigning, and they made a war chest of money. I think it was close to like $100 million or whatever. And Kamala Harris was literally the only other person that had access to those funds, because it was the Biden-Harris ticket. So if any other candidate would have been the Democratic nominee, they would have started in a deeper hole than Kamala Harris, not just time-wise, but money-wise.
Yeah, I agree.
So, like, I hate when people say that, because, and technically, anyone could have actually ran against her. Like, literally, everyone said, no, we're not going to run against her, because they knew that they couldn't win.
I am a huge Bernie fan as well.
I hear you. I am too. I voted for him.
Just like the other guy, but I guess like his reasons were different. You were trying to say that he was against a black woman. But
well, I mean, he contradicted himself like multiple times. So
yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Anyway, listen, I told my wife that we were gonna leave earlier, and we're still here, and so I gotta go. I just got the
cool.
message.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming up. Thank you.
See you around.
All right. Hey guys, if you don't mind, look up here. That says follow at the top. You're not following me. Hit that follow button for me. Please, 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 please. If you guys follow me, maybe I'll go live again tomorrow. How about that? How about we make that deal? If you follow me, I'll go live tomorrow. Debbie's in the chat. Chris sent another $1 donation. I was so naive not to realize that I was a victim of medical racism my entire life as a black disabled man until you explained it. Thank you, Santana. Truly. Yeah, listen, a lot of us don't understand that. And it's because until you learn about these things, a lot of it doesn't make sense. Debbie's in the chat for Tanya, who sent a $10 donation saying, thank you, Tanya. You're freaking awesome. Guys, thank you for the donations. Listen, I gotta go. I promised my wife that we would go do hot girl shit. So I'm gonna go put my hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thought shit. So I'm gonna go do that. Yeah. If I come back tomorrow, will you guys come back? Can we make it? Can we make that deal? If I come back tomorrow, will you come back? Promise? Okay. All right. If you guys come back, I'll come back. All right, let's hit this outro.
Twice emotional stability.
Guys, you know, like legitimately, I legitimately enjoy when we can at least end the conversation on not necessarily a positive vote, but I think there's more conversations that need to be had. And I think when you have the opportunity to talk to someone and make a connection, then maybe you can change some things. Because I think a lot of people just don't understand. One, they don't understand how government works, and two, they don't understand like literally you're voting against your own best interest. But I think it's like people like my responsibility to not only bring this to their attention but educate them. So I don't know, guys. I am out of here. Who are we rating? Oh, go raid GT because I want to go say something to him real quick. Everybody go over to GT's live. I think he's live right now. I want to hop in for just a second. And Santana raid. Let's get over there. Thank you guys for the likes, the taps, the
guys, we're down to only one shade with our number 3 item. So, you know, before that one completely sells out, but that's also a great deal as well. Okay. That's item number 3, which is our set of cereal bowls, which in my opinion should not be named cereal bowls. They should really just be like snack containers because you can use them for way more than just cereal. Okay. So any more questions on this, guys? Let me know if you want to see the colors again, because I have quite a few colors, just not the spearmint or the electric blue or the clear. I don't have that color either, but I have every other color, I believe. Just let me know if you want to see that again. All right. Let's see. Can we do the, do we have a splash show on number 18 right now? Okay. So let's do number 18. Gotta find where it is.
Anything else.